G'day everyone. Today I just want to talk to you about a couple of surface lures. Two of my favourites. I've got the Z-Man Pop Frog, 4-inch Pop Frog. Z-Man plastics are known for their extra strength and their stretch. Fantastic for cod fishing as the cod don't bite the tails off. They're a surface lure. They've got that scoop under there to hit the water and plop plop plop. And that's one option. And a Coolabung Cod Walker. Awesome cod surface lure. They've both got their place, and I'm going to explain where and why. The first thing I'm going to talk about, I'll just hang this Cod Walker up there. The first thing I want to do is show you how to rig one of these Z-Man soft plastic frogs. And the reason I'm showing you this is because a lot of people have asked me, how do you rig them up? So I thought, why not make a YouTube video about it? See if I can lay that down there. Firstly, what you want that hook to be sitting in the frog, something like that. Something like that. You want the frog on top, and the hook rigged through. The best way to achieve that is to get the hook, poke it down between the eyes on the soft plastic frog, because they do have eyes. Talk about eyes, I'm being watched by some cows that are fatter than me. If you'd like to just move on up the river, that'd be great. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Anyway, so stick the hook between the eyes and bring it out somewhere right down near the bottom of that scoop, like such. Now these TT jig heads have got the little soft plastic, the little lead bit at the end there, that holds the plastic and stops it from sliding back down. So you go all the way up over that. Sometimes it can take a bit of wiggling. That gets it to that stage. You then lay the hook upside down, just like that. You see, you don't stretch it tight, you don't have it too loose. You just see where it's naturally going to sit. You make sure it's in the centre. Then you just push the plastic down over the hook, so it sits like that. That is ready to go. That can almost be rigged weedless by burying the tip in there so the weeds can't foul up. And that won't matter because when the cod hits it, it'll push it down, it'll set the hook and the hook will set in its mouth. What you can do, you can put a dab of super glue under there and that'll stop that sliding. That'll keep that like that. Perfect. But I don't do that. Sometimes I like the idea of the plastic being able to slide down. I think it helps to set the hook in the fish's mouth. And not just that, anybody that's done a little bit of surface fishing for Murray cod will know that quite often the fish will boof the lure or come up and hit it off the surface, causing a boof type sound and not hook up. So sometimes it can be beneficial to allow that plastic to slide down like that, which then throws the centre of gravity out. The soft plastic then lands on the water upside down. Now to the cod it doesn't make much difference. It has a slightly different action. But if you've already had a boof, say you've cast out like that, you've had a fish has boofed the lure and failed to hook up, if you turn that upside down and cast it back through the same spot, that fish is already looking up to the surface, waiting for the next frog to come past, and the hook's hanging underneath. So instead of making the boofing sound, it'll make a little splashing sound, but the fish will still see that, and they will hit that while it's upside down, and I find I have a better hookup rate on the surface with that rigged upside down like that. As I said, to turn it upside down, all you have to do is push the plastic down over the hook, and the weight of that bit of steel on the hook throws the balance out and makes it go upside down. So I don't use the super glue on it, I just rig it like that and I leave it like that. Almost sound a little bit smart then, I hope I didn't use too many big words. Now the soft plastics, where are these Z-Mans the best at? I'll just grab my rod, which I'm so good at doing. I like these soft plastics in the clear water. They look a lot more natural than any other surface lure. They actually look like a frog. They don't just look like something swimming across the surface, they actually do look like a frog, which is nice and natural. I find they work better in clear water. They don't displace anywhere near as much water as what the Coolabungs do, or any other surface lure for that matter. So because they don't have as much splash or as much boof on the surface, or plop, 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 clearer water is better because the cod needs to rely more on their visual rather than their sense of vibration in the water. So better in clear water. And the best thing about them that I like the most is because they don't make much splash on the water. When it's quiet like it is here right now, it's nice and quiet. The boof, the sound is twice as frightening using one of these because you haven't already got that splash, 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 splash on the surface. So clearer water, nice natural presentation, great on warm nights like tonight when there's going to be frogs around. And yeah, and awesome for that ultimate in, what's the word I can think of? The ultimate in scareability. That means how much you get scared when the fish hits it. And I strongly advise you not to use that word when you're playing Scrabble because the opposition will contest it. Now, a Coolabung Codwalker. These are awesome, absolutely awesome. They displace a lot more water than the surface, the soft frog, the Z-Man pop frog. They cast a lot better. The soft plastics are a little bit light and hard to cast, especially in the skinny water and the small streams. Whereas these cast a lot more accurately, they cast a lot further, and they displace a lot more water. So when you're in dirty water or murky water, the fish will sense this from further away. Having said that, it makes a lot more of a splashing noise across the surface, and the surface boof itself isn't as exciting as what it is with a soft plastic frog. And it's not as natural looking, so in clear water, particularly in lighter times of the day, the cod may be a bit reluctant to strike it. But I tell you what, these things are deadly. I use these of an evening in the murky water and the fish just climb all over them. And best of all, they cast a mile and they cast nice and accurate. So you've got a Z-Man, I'll grab it. So you've got a Z-Man 4-inch, and there is also a 6-inch soft plastic pop frog, and you've got a Coolabung Codwalker. I'll tell you another benefit. The pop frogs, you can probably buy 4 of them in a packet of 4 hooks, and you're going to effectively have 4 surface lures for $16 or $18, maybe $20. One of these alone is about 22 or 23. So you've got to weigh out what's right in your area. My way of thinking, if you're in an upland stream where the water's nice and clear, have a crack at these frogs because they're a lot of fun. If you're in a nice open area, you can cast them a long way, that's fine. If you're in a murky waterway, particularly a smaller waterway, say the Broken River, something like that, ideal, go for a Coolabung Codwalker. The murkier water, these work better in the murkier water. As I said, they splash a lot more water and the fish can sense them from further away. But they are a bit more expensive. Right now.
If you want
What's that? Got him! Jesus! I wasn't looking either.
Oh, nice fish, Robbie.
On the Z-Man pop frog. Yeah!
Nice fish, Robbie.
I was looking up there at that other fish that splashed.
I think it might have been, there's no bird. I think it's a fish.
Yeah, I'll get you to grab a photo for me in a sec, mate, if that's alright.
First cast, well done, Robbie. He's a beautiful dark looking colour. Give him 60.
I'd say 58.
No, I'd say 50, 61.
Look at that, there is a Murray cod of around about 57 to 59 centimetres, have a guess. Caught on the Z-Man pop frog soft plastic, just popping it across the surface as I explained earlier. What a magnificent dark Murray cod. That's on the first cast in this hole, and I'm absolutely wrapped. Did you get a fright, Brett?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if my camera is looking at your camera or whether it's pointing somewhere else.
Okay.
What about you, mister? This is the best part of any Murray cod capture, the release. Put him down there, take that out, he'll swim off and there he goes. As the Wiggles do. Ta-da! It's BJ's o'clock. And the lights all went down in Wangaratta. The cod came out to hit my steaming pop frog. Do I sound like Barry Gibb? Because if I don't, I reckon I at least look like him. Stop laughing, cameraman. You're going to make the video all bloody wobbly. I look like a dickhead or what?
Nah, right up, mate.